Hello, so this is just topic 1. It's going to be a short video, and basically what I'm going to do is take you through the first topic, which is going to be seasoning of timber. Basically how this is going to work is every single week I'm going to have a new topic. I'm going to do a new video for every topic, and there's going to be notes for each topic. One thing I will say firstly is try and get yourself a little book like this, okay? Now this one I bought in Tesco's. It has file dividers in the notebook. If you can't get something like this, get like a folder and have Polly Pockets in it. Ideally what I want is one section for each topic, okay? So by the time I finish with the third years, I'll probably have maybe about 2 books. Okay, and so the notes for seasoning is, I think it's about 6 or 7 pages long. That's what I'm going to take you through now, and then I'll do the next topic, and then I'll go on to the next one, the next one, the next one. Okay, I will be checking that you have your notes done. Different classes, obviously this video is going to be out to all 3 third year classes. Different classes have a different date when I'm going to check the notes or the folders. Now is your time. By you writing out these notes, by the way, is your study. Okay, leave it easy for yourself. Do not try and cram a 3-year course into 1 week before your junior cert exam. It's not going to work. So do the work now, and then when it comes to your junior cert, all you have to do is you go each topic and you have all the notes written out. All you have to do is revise them. Okay, so leave it really easy for yourself, please. Now to start, the learning objectives for this topic is to understand the importance of seasoning timber, to be able to identify the different methods of seasoning, to be able to explain how each method works, and to identify the advantages and disadvantages of each method. So if you can answer all 4 points here, you will be able to answer any exam question that comes up in your junior cert. So, moisture and timber, keywords. I will note as well, I will put up close-up pictures of each page. I would like you to colour code these notes exactly how I have. Okay, you can pause the video at any time if I'm going too fast. Moisture and timber, keywords. Moisture is hygroscopic. This means that it will either absorb moisture from the atmosphere or release moisture to the atmosphere. Fibre saturation point, or the FSP, is when water in the cell cavity has evaporated but water remains in the cell wall. Relative humidity is the actual amount of moisture in the air compared to the maximum amount of moisture in the air could hold. Maximum amount of moisture the air could hold. Moisture content. Okay, this was one of the junior cert sample exam paper questions. What does MC stand for? Moisture content. Moisture content of wood. Moisture content is the term used to describe the amount of moisture in the wood. It is expressed as a percentage of the dry weight of the timber, like 50% or 25% moisture. 2 methods are used to determine the moisture content of wood: a dry oven method and an electronic moisture meter. So, to find the moisture content, I hope you can all see this okay. I'll just put it down. So, to find the moisture content, oven drying method. Take a sample cut from wood and weigh it. This weight is known as the wet weight. Place the sample in the oven and dry it out completely until no weight loss is recorded. This weight is known as the dry weight. The moisture content can be calculated using the following formula. So in an exam paper question, it gives you the formula. A lot of people weren't able to do this in the mock. So if you were given, say, a question of calculate the moisture content of a sample piece of wood, that is the formula here that you would use. Okay? To find the moisture content, electronic moisture meter. Just trying to focus that in. works on the principle that electricity passes through moisture or water quickly. The meter measures how hard it is for electricity to pass through the wood and expresses its answer as a percentage. So, what is seasoning? Seasoning is the name given to how timber is dried. Why do we season timber? When a tree is growing, it absorbs water. This makes the timber very heavy and difficult to transport. Wet timber is much harder to work with. Wet timber is prone to insect and fungal attack, and wet timber is prone to wrapping and other defects. Problems when drying timber. When timber is dried too quickly, many defects occur. Timber can collapse, shrink, wrap and twist. If timber has too little water in it, it is dry, brittle and weak. This means that drying timber is a very exact science. Seasoning defects in wood. So we have, just as an overview, we have cupping, bowing, twisting or warping, springing, end splits, surface splits, honeycomb splits and case hardening. So, cupping. When you look at the end of a board, it appears as a curve caused by uneven amounts of shrinkage along the growth lines. Bowing. When you look at the edge of the wood, it appears curved, caused by poor stacking or not enough stickers. Okay, and stickers aren't the little, obviously, paper stickers you get if you're good in the dentist. Stickers are little thin pieces of wood like this, and they're about this thick, and you basically stack them in between the wood. Okay. Twisting and warping. When the ends of the boards are twisted in opposite directions, caused by shrinkage along spiral or interlocking grain. Springing. When the face of the boards remain flat and the edge bends inwards to form a curve, caused by shrinkage longitudinal along irregular grain. So, seasoning defects. Like I said as well, if I go too fast, obviously you can pause the video at any time. I also would like you to put in the sketches that I have along the side. So, seasoning defects. End splits occur at the exposed ends of the boards, caused by rapid drying from the sun, prevented by painting the ends of the timber with paint or waterproof to make it waterproof. Surface split checks usually lie along the grain, and they are caused by rapid drying out on the surface of the wood. Honeycomb split checks occur inside the board and it reduces strength. Case hardening, where the outside of the board is dry and hard but moisture is trapped in the centre cells of the wood, and this is caused by rapid drying. Okay, so there is the little sketches. How is timber seasoned? There are two main ways to dry timber, and this is natural seasoning or kiln seasoning. There are two types of kiln methods, compartment and progressive. So, natural seasoning. This method is also called air seasoning. Timber seasoned by this method is left outside of it's been a long day, I can't speak barely. Outside to dry for many months. The timber is stacked on large planks of timber. These planks are stacked on blocks. So obviously they have to be raised above the ground. The blocks stop the timber absorbing water from the ground. The timber is covered by an overhanging roof, and to make sure that air can circulate around To stack the timber, small pieces of timber called stickers are placed between the planks of timber, and these stickers are normally 15 to 25 millimeters thick. The process of drying. The timber is stacked on blocks. This stops rain splashing off the ground and hitting the timber. The timber is stacked with stickers between the timber so air can circulate, and the roof covers the timber from rain and sunlight. Okay, so they're quite repetitive, but if a question asked you what is natural seasoning, that would be your answer. And if a question asked you what is the process of drying, that would be your answer. Natural seasoning. The ends of a plank of timber can dry quicker than the middle of the plank. This is because water flows out of the end grain easier than the sides. Also, the ends of the plank might receive more sunlight when drying. To stop the ends drying faster than the rest of the plank, they are covered with a damp cloth called a sackcloth, or painted with basically a waterproof paint. It's a bituminous paint. Advantages and disadvantages. So, advantages: no expensive equipment is needed, small labour costs once the stack is made, and not wasted energy. And disadvantages: it's slow drying rates, a large area is required for lots of timber, and it is dependent on weather conditions. Because obviously, if the air is really moist, natural seasoning doesn't really work. If the air is too dry and too humid, it's obviously going to dry too quickly, and that's when you get defects. So, kindle seasoning. The kindle is a large oven which is used to dry wood. The operator will have dry schedules, a guide for each kindle, for every type of timber and its particular thickness. Different thicknesses and species of wood dry at different rates. There are two types. This is compartment and progressive. The timber is stacked on a trolley with stickers placed between the timber so air can circulate. The trolley is rolled into the kindle. Steam jets pump steam into the kindle. This raises the temperature without drying the timber. Heating coils maintain the heat. A fan circulates the air around the whole stack, and vents let out the moist air and allows new air into the kindle. So advantages and disadvantages of this. Advantages are it's quicker than natural seasoning, achieves a lower moisture content, and defects associated with drying can also be controlled. Disadvantages is it's expensive, requires supervision by a skilled operator, and it is dependent on energy. So that is this week's topic completed on seasoning. That's all your notes. Next week will obviously be a new topic. If anyone has any questions with that, please ask me. If there's anything you'd like me to talk through as well. What I'm going to do is, with each week of notes, I'm going to put up a sample exam paper question as well along with the video, and I would like you all to complete that question, okay? And I want you to keep it in your folder with your notes, and when I check that your notes are completed, I will also be checking the exam paper question. It may seem like a lot of work now, because obviously you all have your project during class time, and you have your brief due soon. But if you do this work now and you work hard, it will be so worth it, and you'll feel so much less stress when it comes to your exam. Notes, or the folders.